I'm curious to know if you agree with some of these fragrances being the best fragrances of all time. See, I asked you on the community board, what is your favorite fragrance of all time? I know most people like to hear from me, but I like to hear from y'all. I like to get the audience's unbiased perspective. What moves your monkey? What excites you? What gives you confidence? What gets you compliments? What panty-dropping scent profile is the best of all time in your collection, and you have to choose only one? We can always compile a huge list of crazy fragrances, but you gotta sum it down to just one, which I personally find impossible to do. But most of y'all managed to do it, so I'm gonna give you 20 of your favorite fragrances of all time, and guess what? I agree with a lot of these options. Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. It's your boy, 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 to make it as smooth, easy, and give my little 10 cents worth of these fragrances and list breakdowns. So one of the things that I did when writing down these lists is that I started to notice that there was some repetitiveness between some houses. For example, Parfums de Marly was a fragrance house that showed up a couple of times on this list, which doesn't surprise me as they cater to like mass appealing scent profiles. Granted, price points are a little bit high and that wasn't part of it. I'm just talking about fragrance houses that you like. Chanel was another one that was mentioned a few times in here. So we got a nice dichotomy. We got niche and we got hypey designer. So the first fragrance that somebody had mentioned that is their favorite of all time, of course, is Layton. And it wasn't just one person that mentioned it. I think it was 1 to 2 other people that mentioned Layton being their favorite fragrance of all time, and that's one that I can agree with. It's an incredible scent profile. It's beautifully apple, sexy, lavender, clean, wildly mass appealing, and now in the gray market you can get it for a much more competitive price than when it first came out. Is like $330 plus. With certain fragrances like a Layton, maybe the perfume snobs don't find its sexiness or its dope energy. I can totally picture it. I love wearing it. It does make me feel a lot more handsome. It makes me feel taller. My posture corrects itself a little bit better, and I completely understand why multiple people find it amazing and why it's probably one of their best-selling fragrances in the Parfums de Marly lineup. So Layton is one of the best fragrances of all time, according to you. Next one. The next one, I gotta agree, it's absolutely incredible as well, and that's Amouage Reflection Man. Amouage Reflection Man, one of the first niche fragrances that I've encountered. Actually, come to think of it, like when it comes to the house of Amouage, I think it was Jubilation 25 and then shortly after Reflection Man. Reflection Man came out as this super spicy, musky fragrance that had this musky potency that I hadn't experienced at that time. It was something completely different, although it had comparison to some people indicating like Spice Bomb or some shit like that. I thought it was like completely left from Spice Bomb, and if it did have spicy attributes of Spice Bomb, it was definitely more the CEO or the wealthier version in comparison to its counterpart, which people said it was Spice Bomb. I think Reflection Man is still, till this day in 2025, an absolutely gorgerific scent profile that garners more attention than it generally does. With the abundancy of fragrances that are coming out, from inexpensive Middle Eastern kind of cloney fragrances to super high-end luxurious niches, it gets lost in the sauce as being forgotten as one of those signature scents that is a must-have in the collection. So I understand why it's your favorite of all time, making it one of the best fragrances of all time. Next one. The next one is another Parfums de Marly fragrance, one of the tobacco monsters in its lineup, and that's 𝗏𝐻𝐻𝐻. 𝗏𝐻𝐻𝐻 was a blow my nuts off as soon as I smelled the type scent profile. One of the first niche fragrances when I was back in my apartment. Shout out to 𝗙𝐿, aka the old school videos of me in front of the fire escape, hoping that the sunlight would illuminate my face a little bit more because I couldn't afford an actual ring light. Was one of those fragrances back then that wifey thought was fire. She thought it was handsome. She thought it was sexy, and this is her getting her entryway into the fragrance space as my obsession started to grow crazy. Now, for those of y'all who watch my content, know that my wife is probably the certified biggest hater on YouTube that doesn't like to be on camera as much because she shits on everything across the board, and that's just the way we love it. But she gave that fragrance back then the thumbs up. I don't remember recently, there's probably a video somewhere there of her giving her rating on 𝗏𝐻𝐻𝐻, but I think 𝗏𝐻𝐻𝐻 is still solidly an incredible tobacco fragrance that if you have not tried, you are totally missing out on something so masculine, not complex, but enigmatic in a way. Big words that I used wrong. Next one. The next one is Tom Ford Noir Extreme, which I got a little bit later, full bottle. I didn't get the hype or the infatuation for that particular fragrance. It was just a little bit dirtier than I liked. Fast forward to maybe a year ago or something like that, I finally picked up a bottle and I was like, you know what? This Cuba likes that fragrance. This Cuba appreciates that fragrance. I like the dirtiness. I like the darkness of this fragrance. There's a little bit of a dirtier patchouli undertone in this fragrance that was kind of extra earthy and a little bit challenging at some points, but on the skin at full dry down in the proper ambiance, it really shined beautifully. And I was like, damn, bro, I slept on this fragrance for so long. And people were putting it on lists as, yo, this shit is a banger scent profile. But as far as it being your favorite fragrance of all time, I respect it, and that's your opinion. I wouldn't put it as one of the best fragrances of all time, in my opinion. I respect it. I like it. I think it's grown more and more into my taste, but as favorite of all time, that's your decision. Is it? Next one. This fragrance should come as no surprise. Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Fantastic scent. It's boring, it's redundant to a lot of people in the fragrance space, in the collectors, the bubbles, the people who watch us, the influencers. It's probably a little bit boring, but can we put that to the side? It's like separating the art from the artist. Like R. Kelly, phenomenal songwriter, can blow, but also pees on people. You know what I'm saying? Can we separate the art from the artist? I can. Bleu de Chanel Parfum is stellar, signature, must have. Works phenomenally, still gets an abundance of compliments if you wear it. It's a definite no-brainer signature scent, go-to scent profile that I can understand why not only you, but a lot of people would have that as their signature favorite fragrance of all time, and I have to put it up there as a legendary scent. If I wouldn't, I would just be a hater, and I am a hater, but I respect, well, we gotta give respect when respect's due, and that fragrance is gangster. I don't know who you are mentioning this fragrance, sir, but I salute you wholeheartedly. Gentle Fluidity Silver by Mrs. Francis Kirk de John. Just lovely.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Lovely, sparkling juniper berry, beautifully bright, light florals. There's this liveliness and an aromatherapeutic no-brainer scent profile in this fragrance that is incredible. I love the fragrance and I completely understand where you are coming from, sir. You are a ball sprayer legendary for putting that fragrance on your favorite fragrance of all time. It just doesn't miss. As maybe simple and as maybe freshy as that fragrance is, it hits amazingly. There is no moment at any time with whatever fit that I feel regret in wearing that scent profile. I would put it up there and categorize it as a crazy ass scent that you have to at least spray at a counter when trying it. So Gentle Fluidity Silver by MFK, you are a genius. Dior Homme Parfum was mentioned a couple of times, and bro, listen, I know there's a lot of shit going on with the new release being named the same thing, even though it's not even in the same category. Let's just touch base on what it was. I think a lot of people are feeling shitty with the new release because you're just competing with such a giant in the perfumery space with that Dior Homme Parfum. Wow, leather powderiness done elegantly. The right amount of booze, the right amount of mystery, the right amount of mystique. It is captivating, alluring, enticing, sexual in nature, deep, rich, ominous, very like, ooh, this motherfucker's interesting. Like talking about busting through the door wearing powdery fragrances as a dude and feeling the confidence level that this fragrance could potentially get you. Incredible, an immaculate scent profile. Up there at one of the best fragrances in my collection. It is by far a legendary scent, and absolutely understand why anyone would put it as their favorite fragrance of all time. You need it. Now, somebody mentioned a 𝐲𝐽 fragrance, and I'm not familiar with this particular scent, but 𝐲𝐽 Night Flight? The fuck is that? What is 𝐲𝐽 Night Flight? I didn't even look up the notes. I started compiling the list and I was like, I gotta put this in the list because maybe y'all know a secret that I'm not tapped into, and am I missing out? Because the OG 𝐲𝐽, I mean, that shit is, that's me all day. Bell bottom, silky pants, silk shirt, leave the chicken tits out. That's what I picture when I think of the OG 𝐲𝐽, aka original Santallish DNA. But let me look up the notes real quick because I'm not familiar with that fragrance at all. And let's be clear, I'm calling it 𝐲𝐽 correctly, but the shit's called jupe, alright? Alright, so according to Fragrantica, damn, this shit's got mad notes. It's pineapple, lavender, lemon, bergamot, green notes, juniper, lime, jasmine, lily of the valley, Brazilian rosewood, geranium, rose, woodruff, tonka bean, almond, musk, sandalwood, and I mean, it sounds good. Cool looking bottle. Never even seen it before. I'm gonna have to put it on my list to check out, but have you guys tried that fragrance, and would you put it up there as one of the best fragrances or your favorite fragrance of all time? Let me know, because I'm just confused, but okay. Come on, baby. Initio's Paragon. Plum lover. You are a plum lover, sir, and I respect you. Welcome to the Plum Sprayer gang.
Welcome to the fucking show.
Initio Paragon is an incredible fucking plum fragrance. I personally would have to put Plum Japonaise in there also as like the legendary trendsetter, in my opinion, of plum fragrances, but Paragon came out swinging. And I think as accessible plum fragrances go, even though this one's a little bit on the higher price point, you can gray market the shit for a nice little discount. And if you want to experience an incredible plum fragrance in the niche space, not going the clone route, just going the niche space, Initio Paragon is a must try. I mean, just delectably beautiful, juicy, ripe plum. You got this Palo Santo-ish undertone energy. It's mysteriously, it's wood. It's kind of combination of like fruity plum and like lactate, like fucking milkiness about this fragrance. That is just, understand why it's your favorite of all time. That shit is a stamped ball sprayer in my book. Is it safe to say that Kilian's Angel Share shut shit down? I mean, fiscally, globally, the impact that this fragrance had, you would have to put it in that legendary category, right? This fragrance single-handedly revolutionized fucking clones being made. Like, that's how good that shit is. Like, Angel Share came out with such a presence and such a potency and such an impact that I'd put it in the category legit of like the Aventuses and 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗔𝗔𝗔 of the world. Like when tons of companies just want to take that DNA that they masterfully came up with, like you gotta give this motherfucker like a high five, like yo, you did that. Imitation is the best form of flattering, and motherfuckers globally are flattering the shit out of you. So Kilian Angel Share definitely has to be up there with maybe one of the most influential fragrances in the last 24 months maybe. It's just a stellar piece of perfumery, of impact, of shaking the gamut of like, no, we like sweet shit, try us out, booze, sweetness, come check it. They did that. Kilian did that, and yeah, I understand why it's your favorite fragrance for sure. It's a legendary shake the needle of perfumery scent. Oh, yes, YSL L'Homme. Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme, the office king of the world of ginger.
Buckle up, baby, are you kidding me?
Wow, is all I gotta say about that scent. Wow, most compliments I've ever gotten in a fragrance instantly. Upon day one of wearing that scent, no other fragrance, not even Tuxedo, which is my shit, no other fragrance has gotten me the amount of compliments and the speed of compliments as Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme. None. And that's out of 2,000 plus fragrances that I own, not to mention what I have smelled in sample form that I don't own. No other fragrance, not an Aventus, not a Tuxedo, not a PDM, anything. No other fragrance faster and more compliments than Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme 20 fucking years ago. If we're going to talk about a legendary staple piece in a collection of perfumery, especially versatility and signature scents, you have to mention Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme. I don't care what you say, that shit is gangster. A couple of people mentioned Prada Luna Rosa Black. I'm not gonna lie, I was skeptical. All the girls in FragCom, that's what convinced me. I got influenced by the girls in FragCom. Prada Luna Rosa Black, Prada Luna Rosa Black, Prada. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on here? And I got my paws on Prada Luna Rosa Black, and I was like, yo, I get it. Everybody around me that have smelled Prada Luna Rosa Black feels the same way. Damn, the shit hits. Sexy, date night, clubbing, partying, office, versatile, handsome, sexy, baja panty, hits everything. Very fucking solid piece. Highly encourage you to test one out. You can probably get samples anywhere. You can probably go to the department store and just give yourself a couple of spritzes to test that shit out. There's a reason why the women were hyping the shit. If they like it, we wear shit for them to like. So therefore, If so facto, why you ain't wear it yet? Another fragrance mentioned a couple of times because clearly my ball sprayers have amazing taste. Platinum Egoist Chanel. Platinum Chanel cologne. I do it in every fucking video. You must be tired of it. I will never stop doing it. Platinum Chanel Egoist is bananas. Now we're not talking about just we're not talking about the black bottle. We're talking about the one with the chrome cap on it. Yo, legendary green fougères barbershop smoky elegant knitted Coogi sweater. Doesn't have to be multicolored. It could just be hand sewed, you know what I'm saying, by the gods themselves. I mean, plush if I think of cashmere soft draping cloths of money or Loro Piana kind of energy, yo, Platinum Chanel is in that space. It is such a legendary scent that in 2025 still hits crazy. There is never a moment that I will reach for a Platinum Chanel and be like, I don't think this would go with that. What? No, it goes. 100% goes. 1000% goes. Don't question it. Wear it. Yeah, of course it's a favorite of all time. Crazy? I feel like I'm missing out on this next fragrance, bro. I don't have it in my stash. Creed Royal Mayfair. Now correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a fragrance expert by any means. I'm just a dude who likes to smell good. Is that not the one that was renamed into Mayfair? Wasn't it water something? If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember what it was. But a lot of gentlemen seem to really appreciate Royal Mayfair. And now I'm gonna have y'all choose for me to get it in the comments below. Do you guys think that I need Royal Mayfair? You knowing my kind of taste in fragrances, is it something that's gonna speak to me, or is it gonna be something that's like floral, pettigrain, neroli-ish direction that would piss me off, and then you guys would still wanna see me just be fucking tight spending all this money on a Creed fragrance that you know I'm gonna hate? But is it that kind of legendary to put it in the favorite fragrance of all time category? I mean, again, it is their list. It is your list. So I'm not gonna tell you that you're wrong. I'm just curious to know if it's worth it for me to get to have in my collection because it's that good. Creed Royal Mayfair. Leave it in the comments below. Do I need it? I don't know. Spice Bomb Extreme, mentioned multiple times. Really? I don't have the Extreme. I'm kind of an infrared guy. So are you telling me that I need Extreme because Extreme will spank infrared? Because infrared, as a non-Spice Bomb fanboy, for me, hit money. Love everything about that fragrance on my skin. The right amount of spicy, the right underlying tobacco-ish energy. It had a little bit of everything that I looked for in a fragrance, but multiple people put it on the list and now categorized as favorite fragrance of all time. Hence, I would put it up there in your category as the best fragrance of all time. Is Spice Bomb Extreme? Like, do I need it? Should this be a buy now? I need to know from y'all. Let me know. That's another one. After the Creed Royal Mayfair, do I need this one too? Aventus Absolute. It does that. It does that. We know I'm not a Creed fanboy. I appreciate the scents for what they are, and they get you compliments. They are very sexy scent profiles. This one though, this one brought me back into the Creed bubble. I was like, hey, yo. I mean, Aventus does what it does, and all respect where respect is due. Another pioneer, earth shaker in the fragrance space. But this one, oh, some mysteries are like, should be kept a mystery. This is like a Pandora's box of like fuckboy mass appeal energy, like boss-like movements. This is a confidence-inducing fragrance via epidermis. This is a date quieto. This is a don't look at me, don't take pictures of me, paparazzi. I'm walking past you without looking at you. This is, yeah, my shit don't stink, and you wouldn't be allowed to sit on my golden toilet. So I understand why somebody would put this as their favorite fragrance of all time. This is up there with the damn of fragrances in my collection. So yeah, get it. Now, as a recent Boss fan, Hugo Boss, the scent Private Accord. Really? What is it about that fragrance that moves you? I mean, lately Boss fragrances have been doing all right, but that one's been around for a little bit. Like, is that one like a damn favorite fragrance? I mean, out of all fragrances, and these could be people in the community board that have maybe 5 fragrances, and that's perfectly fine. But you're telling me that fragrance out of your 5 fragrances is the absolute like bee's knees, like the shit? Do y'all agree with that? I mean, I don't know. I don't have that much experience with that scent to be able to give that kind of confidence as my favorite fragrance of all time. Y'all motherfuckers making me think. Do I need it? Ah, yes. 𝗙𝙧𝗔 the most wanted parfum, huh? I get it. I get it. Super mass appealing on the sweeter side. It's a cutesy, vanilla, woody scent profile that has all fuckboy written all over it. And these are some of the fragrances that are just easy no-brainers, right? The Wanted line is known for just doing this DNA and doing that DNA well. The only problem is it sometimes gets a little bit repetitive with their DNAs. Like, they're very distinctive on that lineup. The Most Wanted or the Wanted lineups, like, those DNAs are very easily able to be pinpointed if you have experience with those scents. Like, you know it's part of that clique. So I could see someone putting that in their favorite list. My suspicion is the person who may have put this on this list is maybe under the age of 35, maybe in the 30s. That's my suspicion. Are you younger or older wearing that particular scent profile? And what is your lifestyle like that you would find that to be your favorite fragrance of all time? I'm not knocking it. I'm just curious. Now, somebody said Issey Miyake Noir Ombre. Which one the hell is that? Sorry, Noir Ombre. I was like, what the hell is that? So we got saffron, cinnamon, nutmeg, coriander, leather, cedar, papyrus, vetiver, amber, vanilla, and tonka bean. Sounds good. Is it sexy though? As the favorite of all time, what kind of mood is that hitting you with? I mean, amber fragrances such as that are known to be like hitters when it comes to the fall and winter scent profiles, but I don't have many Issey Miyakes in my collection. I think I have maybe 2 or 3. I feel like Issey Miyake scent profiles were either when you were mad young and you're from my age demographic in your early 40s, or it's like digging in the crates, old school hip hop, kind of like if you know, you know, has now become kind of like an underground thing. Like putting it in that niche independent category, like, oh, if you know, you know, there's a sleeper here and you just ain't up on it. That's kind of how I feel. I'm feeling left out. I'm feeling a little left out. And finally, another Dior fragrance, and that's Dior Homme Intense, but they were specific on the year releases of these fragrances as far as 2010 and 2011 release batches. I'm not a big batch guy. I'm not that versed in the batch differences and all that shit, nor am I like really shooting for like batch prices, because usually when it gets that nitty gritty, that shit comes with a premium price tag, and you know that you're gonna have to add either an extra 0 or a couple of extra flusses to just fucking get to that batch. Dior Homme Intense is also legendary in the powdery fragrance space, trying to hold the title of like best irisy scents for men ever. I think that would have to be it. And I guess back then it was kind of like the mecca or like the tombstone of it being like, fuck, this is when perfumery was at its best, when the snobs were out here like sucking for all the fragrances, like, oh, this is such the way that France should do my shit, like, different strokes for different folks. I respect everybody's hustle and how they treat perfumery and its artistry and its best platform, and that's all beautiful and dandy. But when it comes to these batches, I feel like it's a thing with certain cliquey people when it comes to perfumery. Like, don't get me wrong, there is validity on some of these fragrances, like the old school shits that smell a little bit more potent, kick up a little bit better, and have a little bit more like pizzazz, energy, performance, and maybe more depth and interest in those. But it also comes with kind of like a weird stigma in this fragrance space. Like, there's different people in this fragrance world. To wrap up this list with a Cuba rant, is like, this is what happens in the fragrance community and why I stick with kind of like the entertainment aspect of it all, covering all types of fragrances, right? Because people get into these little loops of gathering attention in certain aspects, like, you're paying this amount of money for this fragrance which really took $20 to make. It's ridiculous. Just like the person who feels that it's ridiculous paying for a luxury brand item t-shirt that really costs $2. Then you have other people that are like, oh, traditional designers are, you know, the cornerstone of everything perfumery, and these are the only fragrances that are worth anything. We need only fougere-ish type energy. Cool. In the fragrance space of collection, enthusiasm, art, all this other shit. It goes through gamuts. This person will shit on this part because it seems fashionable and it'll get them attention. Then they'll go and shit on this person because they like this particular type of scent, which will trickle down to this person shitting on this brand for doing mad expensive perfumes when the perfume only costs this much to make. And then this person will go, but the artistry behind it, it all goes. Everybody shits on everything and tries to nitpick everything when the simple thing is just, do we want to smell good? That's simple. Buy what you can afford, enjoy what you like what you like, and don't let what you like be influenced by anybody else because they're not you. Entertain, enjoy, live life. Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing, saying, acting, influencing. Just smell good within your means and be happy. All these people are happy. These are their favorite fragrances, ranging from all different price points, designer, niche, every gamut. What does every single person in this list have in common? They love to smell good. It ain't that deep. I love y'all mother suckers from the heart. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and feel free to leave in the comments below if you didn't enjoy the community board to leave your absolute one, just one favorite fragrance of all time, the best fragrance of all time. Leave it in the comments and we'll make a part 2 out of it. I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know who it is, the biggest in the game. Smooches.
Fly gun holder, money folder, molar roller, start tag when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense, you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that